Good morning, friends. I want to start off by saying how nice it's been to have Laura here with us this year. Hasn't it been really nice to have Laura with us this year? No. And Laura, it's been so nice to get to know you.
It's been so nice to get to know you as well.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
Getting to like you,
Aww.
getting to hope you like me.
I do, friend, it's true. Getting to know you, putting it my way, but nicely. You are precisely my cup of tea.
Getting to know you, getting to feel free and easy.
I'm so glad.
When I am with you, getting to know what to say. Haven't you noticed? Suddenly I'm bright and breezy
Because of all the beautiful and new
things I'm learning about you day by day.
You know it, feel free to sing it with us. We're going to start from the beginning. Getting to know
you, getting to know all about you, getting to like you, getting to hope you like me, getting to know you, putting it my way but nicely. You are precisely my cup of tea. Getting to know you, getting to feel free and easy. When I am with you, getting to know what to say. Haven't you noticed? Suddenly I'm bright and breezy because of all the beautiful and new things I'm learning about you day by day.
Thank you.
Well, I'm looking for a cab now. I'm outside the theater, wanting to go to a restaurant, so I'm trying to hail a cab. It was great. How about another one for them? So, good morning. Good morning. It's so wonderful to see you all here this morning. My name is Mike, if you didn't know that. And I'm pleased to be your celebration associate. That's right. I'm sorry. They can now hear me on the. Yeah, but I always get yelled at because, I don't know, some camera someplace, I'm not sure. May we gather today to nurture our connections, seek inspiration, and embrace change. So, we're in the theme of the month of May, Awakening Curiosity. To stay curious is to be engaged in this precious world, wanting to know more about our fellow beings and open to learning new things. I'm trying to get the blackbirds that come to my yard every morning and eat my feed that I put out, not my feed, their feed I put out there. I'm trying to get them to come and sit with me. I don't think I'm going to be successful, but I'm trying. So that's the curiosity that I have this spring. It says on the internet that they will be friendly with you, but I'm not sure. But I'll keep you posted. We have a lot of activities this week, and you can look on the board here, and there's also the upcoming events QR code rather, and I have a couple of special ones to read for you today. If I can find them. feel like the guy on TV that's trying to figure out how to put on the internet. So we have a Care Cafe today, and I'd just like to tell you that Reverend Peaches will be here this morning for Care Cafe. So just so you know that, in case you had some other information. The other announcement that I have, and then we have a third one, our annual visit to Camp Unitarian, about a 3-hour drive from Ithaca, will take place from Friday, September the 4th through Monday, September 7th. And registration is open through May 24th. If you've been thinking about joining us, but haven't yet signed up, now is the time to do it. You can find the registration link in the weekly email announce. If you have questions, a member of the a member of the planning committee will be at the table during coffee hour after the service and would be glad to talk to you about it. And the third announcement of the morning.
Good morning. There's a slide that's going to come up that's all about the Ithaca Festival. Yay! It was like magic. We are marching in the Ithaca Festival parade, and you too could have one of these amazing umbrellas. We ordered a whole bunch of them, and we ordered these awesome stickers, and you can even do your own design on it. The theme this year is like Ithaca is disco or something, right? So we're leaning into it. They're going to be out at the care table if you want to, or not the care table, the welcome table, if you want to make your own umbrella. So not only are we marching in the parade, and the more of us that march, the better it is, friends. It's less fun with like 6 people than it is with 30. So please come and join us. You can sign up on the first QR code, and then we also need people to not catch the umbrella on fire, people to come and table. And this is really fun, and it's a 2-hour shift, right? And you just go to the table. It's all set up for you, unless you want to sign up to help set up. And there are materials there, and you just smile at the people that are walking by and ask them if they have any questions about our amazing community, and perhaps give them some information. 2 hours, very easy. A lot of you have done it before. Who's done tabling before? Yeah, not as many of you as I'd like, actually. We should have more hands up. This time next year, we'll have more people raise their hands when I ask this question. So please, I invite you to take a moment to get out your phone, silence it while you're in the midst of it if you haven't yet, and quickly register to come and march with us and to table for a 2-hour shift. All right, that's it. Thank you, friends.
Okay, so I have one thing that, you know me, I just have one thing. Spring is so important, and spring I know is now officially here because our dear friends Patty and George are sitting in our audience. Patty and George all of a sudden every spring show up. They just show up, and here they are. And I saw them and I was like, oh my God. No, go. What, no. If you are new or visiting for the first time, I invite you to stop by the welcome table in the parlor after the service. Located through these doors, this is where we usually have coffee, snacks, conversation after the service, and it looks like a whole bunch of other things today. And in the spirit of intentionality, intentionally gathering in community, please take a moment and take your cell phone out and switch it off. Everybody, some fell off? Okay. Before we light our chalice, let's all take a moment to greet those around us. Here. Oh, it's one right there. All right. You want to? Yeah. Okay, don't do that. Okay. Bong. Bong. Today, the chalice will be lit by Don Barber. Where is he? There he is. Here he comes. Don is a man of so much involvement here. I mean, you all know him. Kind of dug us out of the hole financially over the last year in cooperation with a bunch of people. But here, like that. See, that's how that goes. Don't leave while I'm talking. Okay, now go here. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, okay. All right, so please join me in saying the chalice lighting words. We light this chalice for the warmth of love, the light of truth, and the energy of action. Thank you.
I have a story for us this morning. A woodcutter went out one morning to cut some firewood and discovered that his favorite axe was missing. He couldn't find it anywhere. Then he noticed his neighbor's son standing near the woodshed. The woodcutter thought, aha, that boy must have stolen my axe. I see how he lurks about the shed, shifting uneasily from foot to foot, his greedy hands stuffed in his pockets, a guilty look on his face. I can't prove it, but I know he must have stolen my axe. A few days later, the woodcutter was surprised and happy to come upon the axe under a pile of firewood. Oh, I remember now, he thought, just where I left it. The next time he saw his neighbor's son, the woodcutter looked intently at the boy, scrutinizing him, looking him up and down from head to toe. How odd, he thought. Somehow the boy looked completely normal now. There seemed to be nothing shifty or suspicious about him at all. It's time to sing, friends. Our opening hymn is 1003 from your teal hymnal. The words are up here behind you. So this is a 4-part round, but it's the kind of round where when we get to it, you can also just pick a line and stick there. All right, I'm going to scoot over because Valerie's going to be here.
Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come
It's fun to sing in parts. All right, friends, I realized I forgot to say the baskets. The baskets, we missed the baskets. That's my fault. We can do the baskets while we're doing the offertory. We can multitask. All right, friends, it's a time for wonder. Come on up. Come on up, anyone who is young or feeling young at heart, who just wants to sit on the stage. It's not as comfortable as the pews, but, you know, you're closer up. A little better view. All right, who wants to open the wonder box? Do you want to open the wonder box? What's in there?
A book.
Oh, yay, a book. It's a book day. Look at the day when we get to read a book. I love these days, and I even made us slides. All right. Our theme this month, friends, is curiosity. And today is all about getting curious about one another, right? You notice that Laura and I started with our amazingly fun, silly song, right? Getting to know you. Today is all about getting to know you. And this book really highlights a lot of the ways in which we get to know one another and our differences and our similarities. So here we go. And Arthur's going to do his best to keep up with me with the slides. We're right on the opening page. Great. This is called We Belong. Welcome. You're here. Look, I'm here too. There are so many excellent things we can do, and I'm glad that we're here, and I'm glad that you're you. Maybe you're quiet. You wonder, you dream. Thoughts trickle softly, clear as a stream. Maybe you're loud. Achoo! Rat-a-tat-tat! Nobody says, can you repeat that? Quiet and loud both deserve our applause. What makes music sing is the sound and the pause. Fireworks grab us with bang, boom, pop, and the soft, smoky sizzle when the big noises stop. Maybe you're tall as a big redwood tree. When your kite becomes stuck, you just pluck it free. From the very back row, you can still see the screen. On the basketball court, you're a slam dunk machine. Maybe you're short, down low to the ground, constantly turning the lost into found. In hide-and-seek games, you can barely be seen. On class party day, you're a limbo machine. Does it matter? And why? We're each only as high as a small grain of sand next to mountains or sky. Maybe you're happy, a fun magic trick, a sprinkler rainbow, a kitten's rough lick. Maybe you're sad, a cloud, a small cave. Maybe you're trying your best to be brave. Sometimes we'd like to make sadness extinct, but teardrops and smiles are joined. They are linked. Each feeling's a gift that helps us connect to the world, to our family, to the friends we collect. Does the world call you black? Does it say that you're white? Whatever its color, your skin is just right. We all wear our skin just like trees wear their bark, in infinite shades between light and dark. Are you river birch, hazelnut, chestnut or cherry, jack pine, mahogany, oak or mulberry? Let's all show the world what we carry within, our lifelong journey, the places we've been, the family we love, the dreams that we dream, and the people we are deep inside of our skin. There are boys, there are girls, and even more choices. Let's build a world where there's room for all voices. Play with the toys that you think are fun. Put on a tutu and hit a home run. Be who you feel like. Choose who you are. Let your own heart be your guiding North Star. Maybe you're local, born here in this town. Know the trees to climb up and the slides to slide down. When you are the expert on the place where you live, what a cheerful and friendly welcome you'll give. Do you come from close by, from a town that's quite near, the one with tall buildings and the old wooden pier? Or maybe you come from some other land. Did you drive along highways, trek across sand? Did you have a front yard or a field full of sheep? Did traffic or sirens keep you from sleep? If you could stand on the moon, we'd see Earth, round and small, one dazzling, spinning, blue and green ball, one circular swirl that is home to us all. When we learn from each other, we expand what we know. Our hearts crack open like seeds, and they grow. You and I, we're alike, but we're different too. That's not good. That's not bad. It's just what is true. You are good. You're enough. And here, in this space, this is where we belong. Thanks, friends. So now I'm curious. Did you notice any similarities between yourself and some of the things they talked about in the book? You're shaking your head. What did you find that was similar to you? Are you loud? Yes. Are you? Yes. Me too, friend. Me too. Was there something else you noticed, though, that felt like, oh, that's me? Sometimes you don't think you're enough. That's also me too, friend. I think everyone here, right, can sometimes have that feeling like you're not enough. And I think that's part of why we come here, right, to remind ourselves that we are enough and to be surrounded by people who all really want to remind us that we are enough. All the time, every day, even when we're sad, right, even when we're loud and happy and maybe being kind of annoying, right, we're still enough. Any of you see any differences where you're like, that's not me at all? No? Any of you really tall and can get kites out of trees? Because that's definitely not me. Yeah, we have someone in the back, they're like, yes, I can get your kite out of the tree. Yeah, you can climb a tree. I don't climb trees well. Yeah, so part of what we're gonna do today, friends, is we're gonna do some things that help us get to know one another. So as we continue on in our service and then get into our activity, I just want to encourage you all, be curious. Notice the ways that we're alike and the ways that we're different. Ask one another about these things. And as our friend says, remind each other that we are enough and that what we're doing here this morning is important. All right, I think that's it. You ready to return to your seats? We're going to get on to the next thing. All right. Thank you, friends. And we're not singing the children out today because it's a multi-gen, so they're staying with us, which is extra fun.
Good morning. In a spirit of reverence, love, and care, we take time now to bear witness to some of the joys and sorrows of our community, to share those events that call for our prayers and support, our praise and celebration. I am joyful for Mike, who I get really nervous when I have to come up here. And when I see Mike up here, I just remember it can be fun. It's all right. It's okay. And sometimes I feel like I'm not enough, and that's sad, but sometimes I feel like I'm way too much. And that's really bad, but it's all right. I'm going to try to be just enough right now. And I'm probably already too much, sorry. So, Jester writes that his cousin, who is one of his dearest people to his heart, oh wait, hold on. I forgot one thing. Sorry. There we go, better. Jester writes that his cousin, who is one of the dearest people to his heart, has been diagnosed with cancer. Though his cousin has a very high chance of surviving, Jester is very worried and asks that we send prayers and wishes her way. Jess Brown wanted to express a joy for Barbara Lang, who has stepped up in a big way to herd the cats for the Democracy Circle Group. Barbara is knitting their efforts together and helping see their connection to the wider effort for justice, peace, and democracy that we are all called to in this faith. There we go. And we want to thank Reverend Peaches Gillette for all she gives to the community and the world, and to remind us all that Peaches would appreciate our thoughts, calls, cards, and emails as she works through her health issues. Additionally, please remember that there is a crowdfunding page to help her with financial stresses caused by her medical bills. And for those we are holding in our thoughts, our hearts, and perhaps our prayers into this community, into this space of healing and hope, let us call these names out loud. And for those we are holding silently in our hearts, let us take a moment of silence. We extend loving kindness to all in our world, and let us remember to extend loving kindness to ourselves. Today, tomorrow, and beyond, let our hands be outstretched in kindness, and let us keep showing up to our lives and each other with an open heart, no matter what. Love and courage to us all. Blessed be, and amen.
Each week, we take an offering to sustain the important ministries and programs of this congregation and its presence in Ithaca. Giving to the plate is important. It's a symbol of our gratitude for this service and our ongoing commitment to support the work of this church. For those watching remotely, follow the instructions on the screen. For those attending in person, our ushers will pass the plate.
Who's to say what's impossible they forgot? This world keeps spinning, and with each new day, I can feel a change in everything. And as the surface breaks, reflections fade, but in some ways they remain the same. And as my mind begins to spread its wings, there's no stopping curiosity. I wanna turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find the things they say just can't be found. I'll share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's songs. I don't want this feeling to go away. Who's to say I can't do everything? Well, I can try. And as I roll along, I begin to find things aren't always just what they seem. I wanna turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find the things they say just can't be found. I'll share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's song. This world keeps spinning, and there's no time to waste. Well, it all keeps spinning, spinning around and upside down. Who's to say what's impossible and can't be found? I don't want this feeling to go away. Please don't go away. Please don't go away. Please don't go away. Is this how it's supposed
about a woodcutter who lost his axe, and he found himself immediately suspicious of his neighbor's son. The reason that I chose this story was what struck me about it was how the woodcutter lacked curiosity. He made a judgment about his neighbor's son because he wasn't curious about what the other possibilities were, both in regards to where his axe might be and about the young man himself. It was only when that judgment was shown to be incorrect that his perception about the boy in the story shifted. Sometimes we can get like that. We make a judgment about someone based on how they look or how they talk or even about what someone else has told us about them. How much better would it be if we met one another with genuine curiosity? If we made an effort to get to know each other? And could we then avoid a situation like the one in our story where we jump to conclusions and instead where we respond with curiosity and openness? It's kind of astounding how little we really know about each other, even when we're in community together. I wasn't here for the recent Elder Wisdom Talk, the first of many, I hope, but I went back and I watched it and I learned so much about Jens. What an incredible life he's lived. And I also know that what he shared was just one tiny sliver of his experiences. What really stayed with me from that talk, though, was his message that we get to choose who we are, what we do with our lives, a sentiment echoed in our book, which told us to choose who you are. But why does it really matter if we get to know one another? Who cares if y'all know that my favorite color is purple, right? It's well known that here in the US and in other parts of the world that there is a political divide that happens between urban and rural areas or between cities and the countryside. The more densely populated the area is, the more likely the people who live there are to support progressive policies like gender equality, LGBTQ+ rights, and immigration. The more likely they are to lift up the values of justice and equity. But why is that? Research shows that part of the reason is because the more people there are living close together, the more those people are exposed to the multitude of differences that make up human beings. Different languages, different skin tones, cultures, religions, ideologies, genders, ability, and ages. Just like our book earlier highlighted the many beautiful ways that we are different and alike and still worthy of love and belonging. The more we know about each other, the more we understand that we all deserve to be free and that our liberation is tied inextricably to one another. Research also shows how important it is for our faith communities to engage in multi-generational activities, so thank you all for being here today. It helps our children and youth feel more connected to this faith and has been shown to aid in retention. And remember, one of the indicators about whether a young person will stay in a faith is if 5 or more unrelated adults know their names. So please don't forget to introduce yourselves. And these intergenerational activities have been also shown to increase well-being for older adults, helping them experience higher self-worth, lower rates of isolation, and increased cognitive health. So it's good for everyone in the room for us to be together, right? Let's get to know one another. But let's do it today through arts and crafts. Yay! I know, right? Some of you are like, Emily. Why arts and crafts? Well, there is this movement that we're going to learn about today that's called Messy Church. Have any of you heard of this? Some people are nodding their heads. It's an international, intergenerational program that started in England and offers what they call a fresh expression of church. So the movement focuses on creativity, hospitality, and celebration. And while traditionally Messy Church happens outside of the regular Sunday morning worship time, this morning we're going to take the opportunity to engage with one another in an intentional way while exercising our curiosity and hopefully creating a beautiful collaborative piece of art that will represent the members of this community and help us get to know one another. So what are we doing exactly? There's going to be a slide. We'll be creating something called tessellation art. Yeah, right? If you go back a slide, you can kind of see, there you go. No, you were right, the first one. Yes. Okay, so what is tessellation? Anyone here know what tessellation is? Have you ever done this before? Okay, a couple people. Tessellation is a repeating pattern of geometric shapes that fit together perfectly without any gaps or overlaps, such as can be seen there. So you can see there's adorably colored people, and their like heads fit under one arm, right, and their legs fit under the other arm, and they fit together with no gaps at all. Okay, now we can go to the next slide. So the one we're going to be creating there, aren't they cute? It's called All About Me. And there's actually 4 different versions of these little people for you to choose from. Now, I know that as you use, we're not best at following directions. We want to do things our own way. And that's okay. I'm just going to trust you all to follow the intent of this project, even if you don't follow the exact instructions. All right? All right. So you can see that it has places to put your name, your birthday. Some of them have things like your favorite book. I don't like that word favorite. A book you love, a book that called to you recently, your favorite song. Like I said, there's 4 different versions. The important thing is, please only cut these out if you feel really confident about your scissor skills. If you don't feel confident about your scissor skills, friends, just leave it and we will do it for you. Or ask, that's another way you can get to know one another. Ask someone near you if they feel really confident about their scissor skills. Parents with young children, I would suggest you do not let them near the scissors, because if they're not cut out well, they won't fit together like they're supposed to. Okay, so part of the purpose of this project today is to spark conversation with one another as we work. So I invite you, there's tables set up out there. I'm hoping there's enough room for everyone. If not, we can move things, we can scrunch, we can put out more chairs. Please choose a table that either has some people that you don't know very well, or maybe some people you do know but you want to get to know even better, so that you can get curious about one another. Ask each other's names if you don't know them already. Ask about your favorite color. Like I said, mine is purple. A book or a song that you love, your birthday, words that describe you, anything else that you feel inspired to put on that tessellation image today. And then once you're done, we can put them, I'm not sure that I actually did this part. We're going to grab a basket, so all the finished ones can be put in the basket, and then at some point, I and maybe Madeline and maybe my husband and my children, because they get roped into things at my house all the time, we will put them all together into one big, beautiful piece of art that we can display here. So, remember, to worship means to consider things of worth. And we are all worth considering. So our worship today is to be together, to get curious, to connect, and to consider one another as we make this project together. So that's really it. We're going to sing one more song and extinguish our chalice, and then the rest of our time together will be creating these beautiful or interesting works of art that I'm so curious to see. All right, I invite you to rise and body your spirit. I forgot to do that earlier. We're going to sing We Shall Be Known as our closing hymn.
And as we get ready to sing, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to these people that are up here with me this morning. We have Guthrie, we have MJ, and we have Sharon. And it is such an amazing thing as a music coordinator to be able to email people on like a Tuesday night and say, hey, will you do this thing with me? And then they just are ready to jump up and do it. So just a round of applause for them, please. Singing and creating music together is a great way to build community, and it's just awesome to get to know everyone. All right, so here we are. We have, we shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these lives. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change, alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we
We extinguish this flame. Oh, we're supposed to say this in unison, I'm sorry. In unison, we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts. Together again, our service has ended. Let our true service now begin. Go in peace.
I forgot to say thank you to Valerie, too. Thank you, Valerie.